To the northwest of South America, there is a paradise where the borders between reality and magic disappear. A paradise with infinite locations to discover, sensations to enjoy, experiences to live. It is a paradise called Colombia, the wonderful expression of a beautiful and exotic continent. Two oceans and coastlines, swept by winds of freedom and plenitude, have characterized this land since its
Fear is just one of the many emotions Colombians face on a daily basis. The Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or FARC, have managed to terrorize the country and have an ongoing war against the state. FARC is known for kidnappings, killings, extortions, bombings, and hijackings. They established themselves as the Colombian Communist Party in 1964. Today, they are the oldest and best equipped Marxist rebellion. Thousands of Colombians have been kidnapped or killed by the FARC. If not, they are left injured, usually by landmines. Over the last 21 years, landmines have killed over 1,900 people and injured over 7,000. From these victims, 10% are children. Children are not only hurt and killed by landmines, oftentimes they are separated from their families and forced to join the FARC. FARC will raid small towns and villages, killing families and taking their young children to join the army. More than 6,000 children have been killed in battle. Soldiers were speechless when they found that their enemy was a 14-year-old boy. The Colombian soldier asks what he was doing there. The boy responds, "I was forced." They have been labeled as a terrorist organization by the United States, Chile, Colombia, Peru, New Zealand, the United Nations, and the European Union. Slowly, they are becoming an international problem, controlling drug trade that occurs in the United States and Europe. Cocaine and marijuana sales give the FARC revenue of over $2 million a day. This all could not go unnoticed, and the media has begun to broadcast more and more news of the FARC.
Surrounded by gunmen, soldiers of the largest armed rebel force in the Western Hemisphere, a guerrilla group that goes by the name FARC. FARC controls huge areas of the Colombian jungle, earning money from the cocaine trade, waging war against the Colombian government. Its members kidnap and kill, and the U.S. government has branded FARC a terrorist organization.
Here, 3 Americans were on a counter-narcotics operation when their surveillance plane crashed in the rebel-held jungle. The Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, known as FARC, held them captive for years in secret jungle camps. But Colombian spies tricked the rebels to give up their 4 most valued hostages, and the drama that's been dragging for nearly 6 years has
The Revolutionary
now
Armed Forces of Colombia, known as FARC, is Colombia's largest rebel group. Members numbered about 170,000 at their peak, but now they're down to about 8,000. The FARC is one of the 6 main guerrilla groups which have been fighting the state since the 1960s. Kidnappings, bombings and murders by the FARC have been a major challenge for the government. The armed group is facing financial constraints because the government has gone on the offensive against narco-trafficking.
These are proof-of-life videos of the hostages delivered earlier this year.
I tell you, by the grace of God, I am doing well, and with his power, we'll be together soon.
But Martinez, a soldier and FARC's longest-held hostage, was found dead on Saturday along with 3 policemen. They were discovered following a firefight with government forces in Colombia's southern department of Caquetá. The defense minister said the men had all been shot by their captors.
On February 4th, 2008, a protest that started on Facebook took to the streets of Colombia, where millions of protesters spoke out against FARC. In cities of every corner of Colombia, people did not go to work or school, and they joined together to march for peace. The Colombian media captured every moment of the protest, allowing people to share their own story about how they've been affected by the FARC. The protest also had international support. People gathered in cities all over the world, from Madrid to Paris to Berlin to Hong Kong and Sydney, and they showed support that they wanted FARC to stop terrorizing Colombia. They all had one clear message: no más secuestros, no more kidnappings. No más mentiras, no more lies. No más muertes, no more deaths. No más FARC, no more FARC.
The FARC are not a revolutionary group. They are not a revolutionary group. They are terrorists. Terrorists with a capital T.